I've been in America since August. Some of you will know. When Alan said then, who saw the interview with Trump, frankly, not enough of you. So do go on gbnews.com and watch the whole thing. Thanks. One of the questions that I asked the president a couple of days ago, I don't know what day it is when he wakes up at 3 o'clock in the morning, what does he think about? What keeps him awake at night? Because we all have that, right, in this room. We're all thinkers. We're possibly overthinkers. And so we all wake up at 3 o'clock in the morning. I know you do. And we turn things over in our head. And he said, you know, we have this political slogan of Make America Great Again. And he said, obviously, it's the best slogan in the history of the world, definitely the best political slogan. And actually, I think he's absolutely right on that in terms of the superlatives that he likes to use. And when I wake up at 3 o'clock in the morning, I think, how do we make Britain great again? And when I'm over in America, I do worry about this country. And my partner James and I have just come in a cab from home. It's only a couple of miles from here. And I was looking at the graffiti and the mess and the leaves and the bins which aren't emptied. And it is in such stark contrast to the way America has been whipped into shape. And some people would say those things don't matter. It doesn't really matter. It does matter. That's the spirit of the country. It's the heart of the country. When I do think about that at 3 o'clock in the morning, I think of you lot, and I think of Alan, and I think of Leslie and Stephen Jackson and Claire Craig and all of the other people in this room and Monty, who are doing their bit. And Layla Cunningham I've just met for the first time today. I think about all these people who are still working. And we all came together in 2020 and we weren't entirely sure what united us, just that we believed in the individual and the freedom of choice, and we wanted the government out of our lives. And here we are 5 years later, and when Alan was talking about setting up this organisation, look where we are now, 5 years later. It's just amazing. And thank you all so much, because you are the grassroots movement. And what you believe in, the president also believes in. I wholeheartedly trust my judgment on that. The issues, the values, the fundamentals are shared by the most powerful man in the world. And so please have hope and optimism because of that, because I do. In America, when I see that administration, and I'm in and out of the White House every day, and I'm talking to these people, all the team around him, and they are like you. And the other thing that Trump said, and which is sort of a little surprising, and I've not watched the whole thing back properly yet, but one of the things he said was about his politics. He said, well, I'm kind of conservative. He's like, you know, my values are sort of conservative. And actually, I think he obviously came from a place where he saw himself as being rather apolitical. And I think a lot of us in this room did as well. We maybe weren't members of political parties. I still am not. And so what is it that unites us? That's kind of what I think probably today is another stepping stone towards honing what it is that we're doing and why it matters. Digital ID is so huge at the moment. And I felt so strongly about that since vaccine passports were introduced. And so there is a lot of work to do. But I honestly think that what I'm seeing in America and the conversations that I'm having and the inspiration that I'm getting from being out there means that this country has a huge amount to look forward to. I know it feels rubbish when we're driving around with the graffiti and the bins and the rubbish, but I think there's a lot to be grateful for. And a massive part of that is everybody in this room. So good luck. Have a lovely day. I have to dash because my family need to see me, but I wanted to come here and see my Together family first. So thank you all.
Brilliant. Thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Brilliant.